Well, there's my first of many pygmy rattlesnakes of 2026. It's just basking here on a nice warm day in January. I'm going to get it out of the way so nobody comes over and steps on it. Alright. Alright, let's get you out of here, buddy. This is a very calm rattlesnake, has not even tried to bite yet. Oop, sorry. Come on, you're almost there. Well, there's our first corn snake of the year. Good looking size. He's already given me a bunch of bites on my arm, but that's why I wear long sleeve shirts. Hi. You gonna do it again? Yep. Oh, you decided not to. Good job, buddy. Alright, bud, time to go. You gonna bite me again? I don't care. Just, bro, you need to go. That looks so good for a photo though, so hold on. Well, one of my 2026 goals was to get my first live glossy swamp snake, and it's still January and I have now accomplished that. My friend Mark was able to find one of these. Going to give this to some of my UCF friends so they can study it, as it's a pretty rare and uncommonly seen species. This is a juvenile specimen. The one I found last year that was dead was a baby. Now you can tell these apart from striped swamp snakes as they have 2 rows of black spots, and they have keeled scales, so they feel a little rigid and rough to the touch, unlike the smooth texture of a striped and black swamp snake. That's the 3rd species of swamp snake that we have in Central Florida. I finally got to find a live one. Very cool little snake. We'll get him out of the cold, and I'll see you guys again when it's warm in February. That's the 7th day of February, so about a whole week of really uncomfortable freezing temperatures have hit us. And if you've been paying attention to the news in Florida, you probably know that South Florida got hit really hard with a freeze and iguanas started falling out of the trees. So people were collecting them and getting rid of them, which is great. I live in Central Florida, so I wasn't really a part of that, but I wish I participated. It's not an incredibly warm day today. It's almost 70 though, so we're going to take a look around, see if we can't find maybe a black racer or a box turtle or something. To the right of me is a partially eaten deer that was killed by either a bobcat or coyote. You can kind of see it back there, but I'm not going to show it too much because it's kind of gross. I'll let you know if I find anything cool. Well, target acquired. Coming out of a burrow. It's my first box turtle of the year. And I compared patterning, and this is actually the same one that had the cloudy eyes that I saw in December of last year. So it did survive the winter. And I did a bit more research on them, and that cloudy, swollen eyes actually appears to be an indication of ranavirus, which has been affecting box turtles around the southeastern United States. This is the only individual I've ever seen that has that problem. But if I do zoom into its head, you can see it's got cloudy, swollen eyes. So at least it survived. I don't know if it's going to infect other turtles, but I'm not going to touch this guy. I'm going to leave it right there, and I'll go see if I can find a healthier individual. Right here we have what I believe is the exact same pygmy rattlesnake I found about 2 weeks ago, although it's in a slightly different spot. Could be a different individual. I'm going to try to get it out with my hook and see if it is in fact the same one. Alright, well I got the snake out from under that branch, and I have confirmed that it is not the same rattlesnake that I found 2 weeks ago, as that one had a connected black spot to another black spot that this one does not have. So it's very close to where I got the other one, and it's about the same size. It looks very healthy. It is definitely not the same individual snake, which is pretty good. It has a very, very tiny rattle. Looks like it must have broken off almost entirely. So I'm going to let this guy get off the trail on his own and see if I can find some more. Well, I just found a ribbon snake. I'm looking for cottonmouths around this water. And there's just a little basking ribbon snake at this spot. I've never seen one here before. Hey, little guy. Oh, his back doesn't look too good right there. He must have had a pretty bad winter. I mean, everybody out here did, but that rattlesnake didn't look too bad. This guy probably seen better days, but with some sheds, he can get that off and look a little bit cleaner. How you doing, little guy? You all right? You survived? Yeah, your back doesn't look too good, little buddy. I'm not even going to hold you, but I'm glad you survived. I'll leave you right there. You're trying to warm up, I know. It's not too nice out right now. What are you smiling about? Yeah, I'm like 5 feet from these guys, but they have no interest in doing anything. Not in this weather. Whoa. What's up, buddy? Alright, first snake of the night is a 1.5 long or so Florida green water snake. Yesterday I found like a 3.5 footer. I'm going to try to get this guy to sit still for photos, and then we'll get it across the road and see what else we can find. Alright, he sat still for photos, and now I got to get him out of here without getting bit. That almost hit me. Oh boy. Why are you like this?
Well, you gotta go
Eh, that works. Here, hold on to my shirt. Alright, second snake of the night. 5 minutes later is a little baby ribbon snake. I'm not afraid of holding this guy. We'll get him off the road and look for snake number 3. Alright, snake number 3 of the night is an adult ribbon snake. Much bigger than that last one. He's almost across the road, and I don't want to get pooped on, so get across the road, bud. Alright, snake number 4 is a wet banded water snake that must have just come out of the ditch behind me. Not any reason to pick it up, so you may go, unless you would like to cross. Alright, I just let that snake go, and there's another snake on the road in front of me. I don't know what it is yet. I think it's another banded water snake. It is another banded water snake. Pretty different in color. Not sure if it's because it's muddy or if it's just, you know, not as dark. But 5th snake of the night, 2nd banded water snake of the night. We'll get it across the road and keep moving for more. Alrighty, snake number 6 and species number 4 of the night is a little brown snake. We'll get him across the road and we'll look for snake number 7. One last look at the little guy. Well, snake number 7 is our 3rd ribbon snake of the night. They seem to be the most abundant species here, which usually is the banded water snake, but I'll get him across the road. Boop! Dude, react to a big ape touching you. What are you doing? Alright, there you go. And here's snake number 8, another Florida green water snake. This one's a tiny bit bigger than the last one. Now the question is, how are you going to react? You going to be a biter like the first one? I guess we'll see. I got a glove on. Well, maybe not. Oh, it's okay, buddy. Alright, one last look at this guy. Much cleaner than the first one we got tonight. Can we get 10 snakes? We'd only need 2 more. I'm gonna get you across the road, buddy. You seem to be a little bit more understanding than that other one. Hey, you checking me out? We cool? Nice. I like when they're comfortable with me because they're a really pretty snake. There's snake number 9, a little banded water snake. Very nice colors on the small ones. We'll get the little guy across the road. Hey friend. Look at you. Very nice colors. There we go, snake number 10. Another juvenile banded water snake. Come on, little dude. I'll get you across the road. Well, that's probably going to be the last snake of the night. The nicely colored orange juvenile banded water snake. I'll get it out of here and I'll see you guys in the next video if we don't get anything else.